Christy Miller ended the cheer with a long, leggy leap. The other girls watched her land just slightly off balance. "Good, but try to keep your arms straighter next time," the cheerleading advisor said. Christy nodded at Mrs. James and tried not to feel self-conscious, even though so many girls were standing around watching her. "And be sure you stretch out after practice today." Mrs. James turned her attention to the next girl in line. Stepping away from the critical stares of the varsity cheerleaders, Christy took a deep breath and silently mouthed the cheer. Keeping her arms straight, she began going through the motions again. It seemed to Christy that the first few days of practice hadn't been very hard or very competitive. But now that it was getting closer to tryouts, fewer girls were showing up every day. And the ones who did show up were, in Christy's opinion, all much better at jumps than she'd ever be. "Give it a rest, Miller," one of the varsity girls said, coming in her direction. It was Renee, a junior with short dark hair and eyes like a raven. Christy tried to ignore Renee and finished the cheer with a solid jump. "Give it up. You're not cheerleader material, and you know it. Besides, you're only a sophomore." "Sophomores can try out like anyone else," Christy said quietly, lifting her damp nutmeg brown hair off the nape of her neck. She shaded her blue-green eyes from the afternoon sun and tilted her head. "Tryouts are only 2 weeks away, Renee, and I'm not going to drop out." Christy meant the statement to sound firm and threatening, but it affected Renee as much as a harmless kitten batting at a thread. "You only made it this far because of Rick Doyle." She flung the words at Christy. 2 of her friends now stood beside her. "So don't look so innocent. We know what's going on between you and Rick." "Between me and Rick?" Christy couldn't stand the way the 3 girls were staring at her. She wasn't sure what Renee was trying to prove. "Rick and I are just friends." "Oh, right! Friends, buddies. That explains why the most popular guy in school hangs out with a little sophomore who thinks she's going to be next year's star cheerleader." Christy felt her heart pounding and her throat swelling. Why is Renee all over me like this?